Adrar's nomadic shepherds cross the desert tirelessly in search of pastures. The goats and dromedaries they breed for meat and milk are their only currency. Youbba is the father of this family. The youngest child is 17-year-old Deddah.
Go slowly, Deddah. The animals have heavy loads. You need to find an easy path for the dromedaries to tread.
Yes, okay, Father. But which way should I go?
Go to the other side of the dune. The kids can stay behind. We'll come back for them once we've set up camp.
Deddah, don't get separated from us. Wait for your father to tell you which way to go.
Okay. In the desert, we use the mountains or the shape of the dunes to find our bearings. Or else we use landmarks passed on to us by word of mouth. I only know where the good pastures are and the watering places because my father has given me a map. But the map isn't written down on paper. It's in my head. It's a mental map that he has made me learn. It's passed down from one generation to another. We've been traveling for a month now, and we're approaching the Tungad oasis. There's water there and also a camel race. I really want to take part and see if I can win it. This is a good spot.
That was a long day. Zaha, aren't you tired?
When we get to a camp, first we unload the dromedaries, then we find some ground for them to graze on and tie them up. Next we light a fire, put up the tent and start preparing dinner. Careful, Father. Don't approach the dromedary from behind, he'll kick you.
Tie the dromedaries up quite tight, otherwise they might wander off too far.
We've chosen a campsite where the sand is soft enough to hammer in our pegs. Also one which is nicely sheltered from the wind.
Hurry up and light the fire. I want my cup of tea. Come on.
Do you think Deddah can win the camel race? There will be a lot of competition, you know. But Deddah is an excellent camel driver. He has a good chance of winning. Why not do some divining in the sand to find out? There's no harm in trying. I can see a yellow dromedary, and it's going to overtake Deddah. What are you talking about? No. I think Deddah is going to come second. You listen to me. My Deddah is going to come first, number one. No one can beat him. My son is the best camel driver. No, Mother. Deddah is going to come second, not first. We'll see about that. We'll see. You've spoiled Deddah rotten. You won't even let him ride his dromedaries.
Is that what you think? I'm telling you, he could wrestle a dromedary to the ground.
Causing a dromedary to drop to the ground by pulling its tail is a way for young nomads like Deddah to prove their strength and courage. It's a rite of passage to adulthood that looks a bit like a desert rodeo.
Go on, Deddah! Catch it! Catch it!
Can the women come and assist?
That's it! Catch it and hold on tight! Well done, son!
That's enough. I'm going to tie it up again.
But Deddah!
Go on, Deddah, you can do it.
I'm not moving.
May Allah grant you a long life. Everyone is waiting. This is a test for you.
No, I can't do it. I don't want to.
Go on!
catch
Catch
it.
it! Catch
Catch
it!
it.
Stop! I've had enough. He's had me running in all directions. I must have run 20 kilometers.
Once the chores have been done and the evening meal is over, it's time for stories and poems. Poetry sparring matches are one of the oldest nomad traditions. It's a form of mental gymnastics that Youbba and his children indulge in whenever they get the chance.
Praise be to Allah, who presents my eyes with the stunning beauty of my country, Ishiv, Kejed, Turjit, and Anwaka. I haven't forgotten the greenness of your pastures in autumn, or the sweet scent of the fresh grass that the beasts graze on around our scattered encampments. There is no more beautiful sight than the sky set ablaze on the mountain tops. The north wind pushes the lamb towards its mother. The cup of tea warms the old man's hands. The young gather to exchange the melody of words, poems from yesteryear and today.
Oh, the journey to my parents. I've stayed in Adrar too long. I will walk for days, weeks, evenings, to be sure of seeing them again. After Adrar and Sayatal, my soul is heavy, but I press on. At the end of the night, here is Tamur, where my parents await my return. Popular poetry occupies a big place in our traditions. We try to outdo one another with poems of praise or nostalgia. This is said to be the country of 4 million poets. The nomadic lifestyle is disappearing in Mauritania. Everyone dreams of moving to the big cities. Our young people are waiting for just one thing, to save up enough money to buy a car, so that they can go and shut themselves behind 4 walls. It's what I see and what I feel.
Personally, I like this life, and as long as my parents are alive, I will stay with them. But if one day they are no longer here, I don't know what God will have in store for me.
I want to stay in the desert until the day I die. The best moments in life are spent here, beside a log.
Tejit, Timinit, Maiden, Agmamin. All these names recited by the nomads in their poetry correspond to places. It's a list of oases that they memorize like a map leading to the one treasure to be found in the desert, water. Tungad is one of the biggest palm grove oases on the Adrar plateau.
I can't wait to get to Tungad. We'll be able to buy millet and seeds. We need to stock up.
First, we'll give the animals a drink and replenish our water supplies. Fill up the water bottles, fill up the water skins. We need to fill everything up. The next well is a long way away. Did you hear? Fill everything up.
Yes.
Carrying water is never a burden in the desert. Because if you run out, you suffer.
If you've finished filling those up, go to the village to sell a sheep. I need money to buy provisions.
With its stone houses, interspersed here and there with a few traditional tents, Tungad village has witnessed the gradual settling of Moorish people. Youbba and his family have themselves become semi-nomadic. They follow the rains for several months a year and settle in the summer near to oases, such as this one, so as to be close to the wells. As well as being a place to replenish supplies, oases are also trading posts for nomads. And today, Youbba has gone in search of an old acquaintance, Deddah, the chief of Tungad.
Where have you travelled from?
Miles away, a village called Bouaboul. We've just arrived, and I need to buy some food. In exchange, I'm selling this sheep.
I'll give you 14,000 for it.
Well, that's out of the question.
How much will you sell it for me then?
Are you kidding me?
Tell me how much then.
Well, you're no longer my friend.
All right, I get it. There. There. And there. Take your money. Thank you and goodbye.
Deddah, the chief of Tungad, is also a farmer. He owns several hectares of land in the neighbouring palm grove. In the shade of the date palms, Da and his men have planted barley and carrots. It's an island of green in the middle of the sand.
What I like most in the world is watching the rain fall from the sky. That's the most happiness I can have in life. Because it's rainwater that causes the groundwater to swell. And that water supply allows us to water our plants and keeps the oasis alive.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Mohammed Lemon, are you all right up there? The climb's not too difficult.
No, it's fine.
The palm grove used to extend much further on the other side, but since the desert has advanced, it's grown much smaller. The desert is continually advancing. It's smothering the palm trees, and the palm grove is dying. We're trying to find solutions to halt the dunes by planting trees. That has curbed the advance of the desert a bit. I am not the only guardian of this oasis. All the people who work here take up their shovel or their pickaxe to help protect the palm grove. This is the legacy of my ancestors. I don't intend to abandon it. It's the only home I have.
By preserving this palm grove, Deddah and the villagers of Tungad are also protecting a watering hole that is indispensable to the survival of nomads on the Adrar plateau. One such tradition is the camel race. This custom, like everything to do with nomadism, is gradually becoming obsolete. Except in Tungad, where Deddah has managed to assemble a group of local camel drivers today. There are 9 camel drivers on the starting line. Deddah is the youngest, but also the lightest. His big brother has also decided to take part. Deddah and his brother are well placed. They help one another and zigzag in and out to close the gap on their competitors. The course is about 2 kilometers long. By the halfway mark, Deddah has already taken a comfortable lead.
All is well, Father. All is well. Something wrong?
No, everything's fine. It reminds me of the good old days. And of my friends who are no longer with us. The atmosphere, the shouting, all the people who were there. It stirred something in my memory which has been dormant. The camel race used to be a very important event. People would come from all over the Sahara to take part. Things are not what they used to be. Sadly, cars have replaced the dromedaries. I'm very proud of my son. He represents me and he respects me. He came to the desert to keep me company in my final years. I pray to Allah to grant me enough time on this earth to be able to pass all my knowledge on to him.
Passing on traditions while there's still time. The race against time is the same all over Mauritania.